Hi guys, it's me, Big B, back with another video after quite some time actually. I've been quite busy, so been doing other things, which you'll see on subsequent videos. But this video is about swap sites, and specifically swapz.co.uk, that's swaps with a Z. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a site for swapping goods, a little bit like eBay, but with no money. Um, Basically, what you do, you register, you have an item to swap. I had a HTC Mozart Windows 7 phone. Now, when I was looking through the sites, I saw this guy who had an iPhone 4, and I asked if he wanted to swap. Now, what you do is, like eBay, everyone has a sort of rating, depending on how many things you've swapped, or on eBay how many things you've sold. So this guy wasn't just a newbie like me. I'd only just registered. I had no swaps, so I was like a zero feedback on eBay. He had about 15, which I thought was a good amount. I checked all his feedback. All his feedback was positive. Everyone had a positive response with him. I checked the people he'd swapped with to make sure they were genuine people and just not, accounts that had been created that day. And they weren't. They were like all over the place. There was people that had been on ages and not. So I thought about it. And then I contacted him. I said, look, I'm definitely interested. Would you be interested in a swap? And he said yes. I said, well, obviously I'm the new guy here. I'd have to send it first, I take it. And he basically said yes. He explained how it would work. I'd send mine down to him. When he got my phone, he'd check it. Then he'd send the iPhone back to me. That's how the swap site works. Now, I had a bit more think about it. I looked into it a bit more. I didn't just jump in. I was cautious. I'm pretty good on eBay. I've got hundreds and hundreds of sales and 100% feedback. I do know a scam normally when it pops up, but I decided to go for it. So there's several stages you go through in the Swapz website. First stage is you agree to the swap, which we did. Second stage is each party then posts the phone out to the address given, because obviously when you register you give your details. Now, he didn't have a contact number, so as I did this, I said, can you give us a contact number, because I would be really happy with it. And he did, I must admit, and that made it more plausible. He gave us a contact number. So I parcelled my phone up, sent it to the address. I also checked the address on Google Maps to make sure it wasn't some flaming building in the middle of nowhere, like an industrial estate or something. And it wasn't. It was a street in Bristol, a genuine housing estate, and didn't look rough. It looked quite posh. So off I went to the post office, posted it off. Next day delivery, guaranteed. Didn't send it tracked, but I still got a little code so I could check. Then you mark it on Swapz that you've sent it and the date you've sent it. I texted him, said it's thing. He asked for that code, so I gave him it so he could track it. And I obviously had the code. I checked, it was delivered the next day. That was on Monday the 12th I sent it, and he got it on Tuesday the 13th. On Thursday, I sort of hadn't got anything, so I texted him and said, look, have you sent the phone out yet? It's been a couple of days, I've not received it. Mine got to you within the next first day. He said, I've been busy at work. I'm at work, I'll post it during my break. Thursday went, Friday went, we got the Saturday, nothing. So I texted him back. I said, look, what's going on? Can I have the tracking number so I can track it? And he said yes, but he never sent it. I must have asked for the tracking number 7 or 8 times, and he just made excuses of why he couldn't send it or just didn't bother sending it. Now, one of the main last communications I had with him, we went over the weekend, we got into Monday, and I said, look, where's this phone? I'm starting to get a little bit worried. It hasn't arrived. If it's stuck in Royal Mail somewhere, you need to chase it up. He said, I'm on my way there now to check, which I thought, that was a coincidence, so I just text you at a random part of the day. It was like early morning, I think 10 o'clock, and you were already supposedly on your way to the thing. And you can check it online anyway, so I knew, I thought, no. And he said, I'll get back to you. That whole day went over, nothing. So I texted him, it was latish on the night, about 9 o'clock. Did you find out? And he texts back saying, yes, it was a delay at my side, you will have your phone tomorrow. Then Tuesday is gone, Wednesday is gone, and we got to Thursday, nothing. So I've texted him and I've emailed him on the Swapz sites, because you can send messages. Nothing. No reply. Nothing. So what I did, the other guys he'd made swaps with on the same day as me, there was another 4 of them. Now one of them was a prolific swapper. He was like 50 plus swaps. He'd been on Swapz site for quite some time, you know, a couple of years. He'd been registered with them and he had amazing feedback. So I thought I'll deal with him. So I sent him a message explaining what happened. I was swapping with this numbskull and this is what happened. And lo and behold, he was waiting for a parcel from about the same guy from the same length of time. Obviously it was the same guy, because obviously it was on his Swapz thing. But he'd been waiting, same thing, was waiting for an iPhone 4, same as me, lo and behold. And we assume that all the others that he'd swapped with are waiting for the same thing. And he said, like, he couldn't believe, he's like, he said, I've done 50 swaps, I've been on here for ages, I never normally get contact and spot them a mile off, but this one was good. The guy who we did the swap with, his contact number that he gave me suddenly became inactive, number not recognised, all that crap, obviously being completely shut down, and he's not responding on the site. And that's for both of us. So we decided, you know, we have been conned, we need to call the police and things here. So we contacted the Swapz website and emailed them. They've emailed back and asked specific questions. Obviously, they want to know exactly what's gone on. They want to look into it. I then contacted my service provider, which was O2, and explained what had happened. They were quite alright about it. They said, we'll deactivate the phone. Obviously, you've got your own SIM card. You didn't send that. That's in another phone. So they've deactivated the phone. So whoever has got it now, it's useless to them. And then I've contacted the police today as well, explained again the situation to them, and they're going to come out tomorrow and see us. Now what I'm hoping they do is they contact their colleagues down in Bristol and they go and knock on this guy's door. Touch wood, because he's been getting a few phones by the look of it this way, it may still be there. They've got all the IAM number and the serial number and things, so I'm hoping that he still has it on site and I may or may not get it back. I'm not hopeful, to be honest, guys, but you know, you just never know. So I will keep you posted on that, whatever happens there. But it just shows I did all the checks, and so did this other guy who got conned, and he was like, had been on for years. He was like a really thin guy, and he's nearly in tears that he got caught out with this. But this guy made it so plausible. He had decent amount of feedback, he had decent amount of swaps. But what we think he's done is, like people do on eBay, he swapped just lesser items, daft little items, because you can't see what he swapped. You can see who he swapped with and their comments and how the swap went, but not what they swapped. So I think he's just been swapping bits of crap or whatever, getting his rating up a bit, getting a bit of good feedback, and then he's gone for the kill, he's gone for the punch, which is the thing, he's getting at least four phones that we know of, all expensive phones, because obviously he had an iPhone 4 to swap a white one. So he's getting some money's worth in phones. Hopefully all the other guys have had their phones locked as well, so they'd be rendered basically useless. But that's not the point. It's easily done, guys. I mean, I know a con normally because I'm really good on eBay. Like I said, hundreds of sales, hundreds and hundreds of sales, and I've sold mobile phones on there, and I know the con artists when they appear. But this guy just seems so genuine. He gave contact numbers and, you know, it just shows it's easily done. So if you're going on these sites, guys, be careful. Now, if you're going to go on the Swapz website, there are genuine people, but I'll give you this guy's thing. It's Cupra Turbo. That's C-U-P-R-A-T-U-R-B-O. Cupra Turbo. And if you find a username like that and you click on it, it'll give you his real name. And his real name, or what I assume is his real name, is Matt Young. That's what he said, from Bristol. You come across this guy, do not send him a phone, whatever you do. I wouldn't actually send him anything, obviously. We're going to try and get him removed, so there may or may not be a problem. But in the meantime, do not deal with this guy at all. So I'm going to leave it there because we're coming up to the 10 minutes. Just be careful, guys. It's easily done. I can't believe I've been conned. I've lost the phone. I wasn't insured. I took a gamble. The guy seemed plausible. All them things backfired. 5 of us, actually 5 with me, all just sent this perfect stranger in Bristol a mobile phone. We basically just handed them to him. So I'll let you know how it goes. The police are coming tomorrow. see what they say, see if I actually get the phone back. I'll be very happy if I do, but I'll never be doing nothing like this again. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will get back to you in the next video and let you know what happened.